Hi, I'm Rob Swan and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hopefully you've enjoyed the videos I've put up so far. Today I've come down to my local water on an absolutely freezing cold day to shoot a few different videos, and this one's going to be all about a couple of ways that you can feed for silverfish. So the first way has got to be with a catapult. I love this little orange one from Guru. I think it's the lightest one that they do, and the reason I use this one is because I think if you have a light elastic, you can gauge a lot easier when you're fishing light baits like maggots and casters where they're going to go. You don't want to be fishing you don't want one with a thick elastic. You want the thinnest elastic you can find, and just find one that you know how to use, that you're confident in. And I know how to use this one. I use it all the time, so I just stick with this one. Now the reason why catapulting live baits for silvers is so effective is because you can feed more bait than you would say F1s. I wouldn't go and use a catapult down at partridge because I think you just blow your peg straight away. But for silvers, they'll eat a little bit more bait. There's often more of them, so they'll compete, and it's also a way of drawing them up in the water, because in the winter you can still catch silverfish through the layers with light rigs and stuff, but it's a great way of just drawing fish into your peg, building a swim up through the day, and hopefully getting you lots of bites. But on the days where it's a bit harder, you know, some venues that I go to, like the Oaks, like you need to be fishing for eyed and odd roach and skimmers. Sometimes a catapult isn't the best way to go, say on Alders Lake, etc. If you know the venue, I like to use little kinder pots. So this is a little small one from Guru and this is the medium. I'd say on days when it's rock hard like today, when it's freezing cold, and on these more commercial type snake lakes where you're fishing for silvers, kinder pots can be a better way to go. Don't get me wrong, when I can I'll use a catapult, just feeding 3, 4, 5, 6 maggots at a time, something like that. But on the days when it's hard, I always have these on my side tray. If it's really difficult, I'll definitely start with the small, because I know it only takes about 15 maggots, so I can get 2 or 3 feeds on a line before I have to come back. So it saves me time because I can get a couple of feeds. But if I'm rotating multiple lines, or I think maybe a little bit more bait will do the swim good, but I also don't want to use a catapult because I don't want to blow my swim to a million pieces, I use the medium pot because it means I can get, well, I don't know, 2/3 more bait inside it, so I can feed more bait on each line, keep rotating, and just keep fish coming. If your session progresses wherever you're fishing and you think, oh, maybe I could catapult, chuck these off your pole, take them off and switch to a catapult. If it's maybe more difficult, you can switch back to the pole cup. But having a few different ways of feeding will hopefully keep fish coming in the net during the winter time. That's a couple of little tips from me. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a like and please subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you on the bank soon. Tight lines.